It's the Mom and Dad podcast. We gonna have to speak up because
It's far away.
it's far away. So gotta do some voice projection.
And y'all let me know if y'all can't hear me at any point because everybody knows that I can get soft.
I will motivate you to favor. But yeah, what we talking about?
Shrooms.
Alright.
Microdosing.
That business.
Plan A is the new plan B.
Plan A is the new plan B. I'm trying to see maybe if I log into your profile, I can see the live.
Close it.
There we go. Yeah. So of course Q&A. In your lower right hand corner of your phone, you'll see the question mark button. Go ahead and click that. But to kind of start the conversation off, we're going to be talking about microdosing. I got our little topic so we can stay on task a little bit. Microdosing myths. How much should you take? Should you take a lot? Like you know, there was like people be kind of curious on how much should you take, right? Like I don't think that gnosis is clear to people. Like you know, people might buy a 3.5, take that whole 3.5, and it's like you shouldn't do that because it's not weed, it's not alcohol. It's literally medicine. So when I say medicine, I'm like Tylenol. John? It's literally medicine. You feel me? So vitamins, minerals. If you wanted to take something that was going to be helpful to you, if I gave you a pill bottle, you wouldn't just take the whole pill bottle, right? And be like, I'm healed. And I guess we'll talk about that later. But in the realms of microdosing, you should really only take one. Do not be acting that way, bro. For real, man. Take your ass in the house.
You got the Daddy Jones.
Like, you know, he want me to buy him a costume. Like, he want me to buy him a damn Flash costume. That's all he want. And it's 10 o'clock at night. It's not. It's 8:41. That's not even a point, but still. Let the Flash costume go, bro. But one pill will do you. And I guess one of the first things I want to talk about is like, do you have mental health issues? Now, in the black community, right? I feel like I'm gonna do a macro diagnosis of the black community and say we all got mental health issues. We all got issues like because we don't even know our history. We don't know much about our shit. So, if you feel like you got the pristine mental health, first of all, you a crazy ass bitch and you putting that man through hell, right? You putting him through hell, acting like you don't got mental health problems and things of that nature. Like, come on now. Yes, you do, right? In school, if you got mental health, like, depending on the times and how much resources your family had, if you was a boy or a girl, or if they really was understanding of psychology, 10 times out of 10, you was just shared that you was just crazy, right? If you don't got a scale, yeah, I feel like it's okay to just like do a little nibble, a little bit. It's about micro. It's like taking little medicine, little pieces. little pieces. It shouldn't get you high. I'ma just put that out there. It shouldn't get you high. What it should do is help you in reference to your mental health, anxiety, or depression, or things like that. You know, I was just saying how microdosing specifically, like, it's for if you kind of crazy. And how you feel about people who say they not crazy? Like they the craziest ones, right? Like
Yeah, because everybody got a little crazy, you know. Some got a little more, some got a little less. I'll have run.
yeah. If you say I don't have no mental health anxieties, I don't have no problems with my mind. Ever since I was a child, people made sure that my mental is together. I had therapy, the best psychologist. Then congrats to you, right? But the majority of people that, and if you meet somebody like that, they probably crazier than the worst crazy.
They probably what's his what's his name? The one that they got the Netflix series on.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah.
He was clinical, but he was a crazy where
he was cool. He'd romance you and dance with you and shit.
Yeah,
like,
he was normal. Like, I don't know.
I ain't watch it, but at the same time, I get what you saying. Like, that's real psychopath shit to say nothing is wrong with me mentally. Like, that's some psychopathic ass shit. Like, that's crazy as fuck, right? Like, the narcissist says, who, me? The depressed person say, I'm not depressed, you know? So it's like, in the space of microdosing for me, and I'm sure you have your personal experience where you start to check that shit like, wait a second, like, the way I've been moving is not right and exact, and I need to change how I'm, like, in the midst of projection, in the midst of negative emotions. It's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? So even with my children, even like for me, I could just get ghost or whatever. But like in my journey, I'm just more cognizant of like, let me take the kids with me when I leave, just so I can help her out. You know what I'm saying? But she not gonna say take the kids, like she will, mind you. But I'm taking the initiative to kind of lighten the load. But if I'm in my whatever bag I'm in, I'm only thinking about myself. In the way that this shit working for me, like I be on Instagram and I see a reel and they'll just be saying, well, moms be going through this. And I'll be like, they probably talking about Chauncey. So I'll be thinking like, all right, tomorrow or within an hour, I'll be more conscious in my experience as a dad, right? I don't know how it is for you, but that's how it is for me. Like, especially as of late in my journey, like it take you through different phases, right? But I'm in that phase now where I'm like, if I could help you out, then, cause I move how I move, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's just like I wasn't cognizant of what you were going. Like it didn't cross my mind because the only thing I was thinking about was what I needed to do, right?
But not even so much not even so much what you need to do, but you brought in money.
Right.
So
it's like money, right? Yeah. Like,
so it's just like, all right, what do I need to do to bring in money? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing?
right.
But at the same time, we got 4 kids who have 4 individual personalities, and they're children, and it's like, whether you want to say, however you want to put kids, it's like, the boys are just that, boys, and they can have crazy days, chaotic days, nice days, stressful days, you know.
But it's like with me, I chill them out though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah, and with me, they just give
they
give me all that chaos.
They high scent like what is that overstimulation?
Yeah, and that's crazy. 'Cause that's how I was feeling today. I was feeling very overstimulated, and it's like I feel like all of us together are overstimulated. And two, I think like because at their age they're not producing a lot of testosterone.
No.
So it's like it's kind of like too much estrogen.
It's too much estrogen. It's too much chaos, and it's like with me. Regardless of the situation, it's just going to be a different vibe, different energy. Even if it's me and you, it's still like chaos. But if it's you, say for instance, like if it's you and your set and me and my set, then it's more. But I'm saying like in this journey, I'm actually thinking about that. You feel me? Like small little breakthroughs, small little wins, and every day is going to present its own little challenges. But I feel like mentally, we have like a problem solver. You know what I'm saying?
It really is like a problem solver because it allows you to, like they say, break through the ego. And it's like a lot of people think about it as in you got to take a whole bunch of psilocybin at once.
Yeah. I don't think people understand it as a medicine.
Yeah.
Like put it in their brain like pills.
And like another thing though, I think like kind of going back a little bit is that psilocybin, especially since we've been taking it for over what? Oh.
With your chest out.
But no, with psilocybin, we've been taking it like for a good over a year now for microdosing, and it's like it alleviates the cortisol, and that's what causes stress.
Right.
And it's like even though it's like still a stressful situation, I don't know if you can look at it as a stressful situation.
It's just life.
Yeah.
And then problem solving, like having a system. My thing is like a system would solve a lot of problems.
And that's where I'm at, is figuring out that system and figuring out like quick problem solving in a calmer manner, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it has to happen, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the reason for the medicine, that's the reason for the conversations, that's the reason for the game planning. So each day gets a little bit better. Each day gets a little bit easier in whatever you facing mentally, because our mental struggles are so, like, just think about how everything is literally made to sever our connection from source.
From sex ed and
from
elementary.
Yeah, we was gonna say that. Sexual education, they teaching you about yourself, right? What else? Doctor. She treating you for yourself. She telling you. And then the government. They creating laws on your vessel. Your womb is a law for it. Right? That's crazy. And it's like, we don't have the knowledge of ourselves. Knowledge of self is like learning your mind and how it works. So when I say it's necessary that you find a calm solution, because the solution ain't matching anger with anger or meltdown. That's not a solution, right? That's a lack of a solution in my understanding.
It's like adding to the
problem, right? So it's like, all right, my thing is progress. And in nature, progress, right? That's what you see. The tree didn't get that big overnight. It's a slow gain. And life is like that for me. But it's like even your mental, like even your ability to heal is slow. And if you could say, this is where I'm at today, this is where I'm going tomorrow, that's a win versus I didn't hit a home run today, oh shit. And I feel like without psilocybin, we went a long time in our relationship. I went a long time in my life feeling bad because I didn't hit home runs.
Right out the park.
I didn't hit home runs, and it's like, damn, I hit a home run 10 years ago, but I can't hit a home run today. With psilocybin, the analogy is, if I can get on base, nigga, then I can still play. You feel me?
Yep.
Just don't strike out, you know? And it's like, it's easier. And I don't know, maybe people still want the home run. And maybe I do, but it's just like, if you can't get it, you can at least appreciate these moments of cognizance and awareness of improving. And I never experienced it, like, mentally. I didn't win.
Can you say like psilocybin has made you take a step back and look at everything you've done?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Because I'm still, like, it made me realize, like, I'm still pouring concrete.
Okay.
So don't be tripping over the building as of yet. Like, you still laying the foundation. And in this work, you really don't get nothing till you like 50, 60. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like really much like a baby. Like, why am I not getting what I'm supposed to be getting? And it's just like, I'm going to just be consistent. Like, I'm going to just keep pouring concrete. Like, it's making me not feel like a failure or them type of things, because it's like a mental thing, you know, where, like, say for instance the conversations we used to have like 2 years ago about like people stealing and shit like that. That shit that shit would fuck with me, you know, and then it would make me feel a certain type of way. Now it's just like, damn, I need to learn more. I need to create more. I need to expand more. There's so many things and so many different collaborations, and whatever happens, I'm okay with the outcome. And that's because I know where God is. God is within me to under like the spiritual world, and having access to these things in the dream, and like where I go to every night when I sleep, and the things that I see and the experience. There's everything, I guess, to answer your question, yeah. But yeah and no. You know what I'm saying?
You know you got a lot, enough to know you got a lot more to go.
Yeah, and I'm in the right direction too. Like I could be doing a whole bunch of dumb shit, you know, for lack of a better words. And I know where this is headed. Like, I know where this is headed, and we just gotta continue, you know. And like, all that we've done, we haven't even begun yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're just we've been practicing for a very long time because we've had to go through this inner process through working with psilocybin and rituals. And let's not even act like psilocybin is the only shit though, because it's the herbs and the vegan diet. Like, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't mix. Like, it's complex, but it's kind of simple too. Like, stop eating meat and learning how to just be organic and one with nature, and evolving into like that in truth. The manifestation is just gonna be amazing. And it's like, we are what we talk about. You know what I mean? Like, we really do the spiritual shit. And we know, like, well, we've been here, we've been there, we done that, we done this, we done here, we done that. Like, you, like, where was you at yesterday? I was doing this ritual over here, like, you know, so it's like none of that shit is for nothing. And we all been just getting little pieces. And like I said, we super young. And another thing of what we're doing with the younger people, like we got 20-year-olds and younger people that are healing through psychedelics. So think about them when they get, every time you hear me when I'm talking to people, like, once you get my age,
Gonna be the shit.
you're going to be at a whole different level, because we're just now at a process of 1 year. And when I'm saying 1 year, I'm also talking about how psychedelics will transform your financial ways of how you make money, how you think about money, how much you can handle at that particular time, and how you challenge yourself to make more money, right? Like, and it's not even the psilocybin itself, it's whatever you're doing, right? But it's I don't know, it's like it gives you a superpower, for lack of a better words, that helps you. So in dealing with your children, find a calm solution so you can always stay in your superpower, because the times for which you in your ego or your emotions, man, I'm going to tell you a cool story. I went to the office. You told me to go to the office, and I was like, I don't really want to go to the office, but I went to the office anyway, and I printed out a paper. And usually when I print out paper, because it's an office space, other people be printing there, so it's other shit that prints out when I print shit. And so I printed out this, I don't know what it was. It was somebody taking notes of some class they was taking. And the first thing it said was, emotions do not come from us, we go to them. I'm like, let me keep this paper. It's in the car. It's in the car. Like, this lady took some notes. She was at some seminar, and she typed out all of her notes, and she printed them, and that printer at the office is wonky. It don't be printing out your shit like it's supposed to. So when I printed it, I got her shit, right? And I'm like, thank you, whoever she was. You know what I'm saying? But that's another thing, like, just getting to a space where we're processing our emotions effectively. As wife, as husband, as mom, as dad, as human being, I'm not saying for you, for me. It, like, for me, because I've experienced this, you gotta fight your emotions. Psilocybin can help. And if you microdose pussy poppers, lion's mane, and I'm saying this because you know what people gonna do? They not gonna be consistent with their medicine. And then they gonna struggle emotionally and mentally, because we are so used to struggling emotionally and mentally that it's become our normal way of going. Right? This is how we just be, you know. So it's like, yeah. Let me tell you, if it ain't no researcher or therapist gonna say, your brain is fucked up, Kyrie, right? But the psilocybin done let me know, Kyrie, your brain kind of fucked up. Your brain kind of fucked up in a way that nobody is going to tell me, right? Because only me, what is this? Like, something that I seen earlier. Damn, I can't remember. But how, like, something is always watching you. Your consciousness is always watching you. Maybe it's a song or something where we think it's this person that's like this like we get away with shit, but then the psilocybin comes, it's like you can't really get away with nothing.
You can't get away with nothing at all. It's because like you catch yourself.
You catch yourself. And another thing, like if you're in a relationship, like if you married or in a long-term relationship, and y'all take psilocybin together, excuse me, holding back the sneeze, and y'all take psilocybin together, be prepared to have the conversations. The conversations that you don't want to have because you don't want to be having them all the time because you don't want to trigger. And that is like when you take it, you're going to talk. Like if you're a man and you got testosterone and you got shit on your gut that you just let your wife just kind of, because you don't want to upset your wife because your wife is your princess and you want to make her happy and all this type of shit. She don't even realize it, but because you keep it, you don't give her the harsh reality because you love her so much, but that's killing your relationship, ruining your relationship, burning your relationship to the ground. I will say what I need to say, and she got to understand that I love her because I've tried to do it the way of, baby, you know, if the nice way don't work all the time. The shadow is a part of the man. The aggression, the darkness, and it ain't even bad. It's just sometimes things need to be said, and usually as a man, you got to realize that you planting the seed a lot of times. What I mean by that is I can say something and it don't hit immediately. It might be 3 months and she'd be like, well, when you was talking about that thing 3 months ago, it finally made sense. Because you can talk and you have these conversations and maybe they not going to understand, but as a man, you gotta talk, you gotta lead, you gotta say what you mean in a space where your wife probably don't even want to hear that shit, and you know she don't want to hear that shit. You know it might be not the thing she want to hear, and she an adult, you an adult. Without shadow, you be like, fuck it, I'ma just repress it. And then the shit gonna come out in a way where it's fucked up, and then you project, right? For not listening to some shit that I didn't even say. You should have did this that way, but you didn't say it though. Because if I would have said it, you would have, well, that ain't how it worked. If you would have said it, maybe life would have been different. But you didn't say it, so life is this way. So maybe moving forward, you say it with your chest out.
It's like, and the crazy thing is, if it wasn't for psilocybin, I don't think I would listen. Like, no, I know it takes a minute, but like, I don't think, like, I know for a fact I wouldn't be able to hear you, and especially not in a productive manner. And I think
you ain't alone though. It's just normal.
Yeah, and I think like in relationships, whether romantic or platonic, we have to understand people's processing process. It might take them a minute, literally a minute. It might take them 3 months, and we have to be understanding of that. And it's like, I appreciate you for being understanding and knowing of that. But it's like, I just have to keep on to where it only take me a minute instead of 3 months.
I mean, it comes with like maturity and like growth, like, you know, understanding the reason for certain shit. If you get the purpose of like why this shit occurred, then it make more sense. Yeah. But sometimes if you don't get why, it might be just some like, this nigga's mean spirited or whatever. And it's like, no, I want to succeed. I want you to succeed. I want you to win. I want you to understand the dimensions of certain environments so you don't bump your head. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, you have your, if you ever want my honest opinion, I'll give it to you. And it's not like I'm giving it to you to tear you down. I'm giving it to you so you could process it and figure out what you're going to do with the information I gave you. That's why I could tell you something and don't be like, well, did you do the shit that I said to do yesterday? Remember I had that long conversation with you yesterday? Did you take notes, bitch? I understand that it's a network of information. It's very complex and it's seed. And I know you. Like I knew how your hair was before I met you, and how your hair was going to transform, or how your body was going to transform, or how you was going to have kids, or how you make love, or just future. I know you. So it's not like I can talk to you in a way that your subconscious is going to hear me. Your conscious mind probably not going to hear me because you're just a girl, every girl in the world. Like, you're just like every single girl I ever met. Like, you don't really care about the details. And you more of like a big picture type of person. And as long as you have the things that are important to you, you feel safe in whatever is the outcome. So it is my responsibility now to, like, once I figured that out, what I just said, it's like now I just have to be me better. You know what I'm saying? That's why the gym or lifestyle changes is to become a better person for you. Because I already know you. I already know like we're gonna talk about like is the herbs and the different combinations and like certain things will happen. And I'll say it to you. And you'll do it, and you'll be like, yeah, my period just came. I'm like, yes. But I had the channel, right? I had the understanding of these herbs, right? Because I'm like, we've been doing some good fucking this time around. Like, we've been having a good string of fucks. You feel me? Like, I think we need to do some research. Something told me to look up teas. Like, we need to really get into them teas. So I'm telling you about this shit. And you did your own shit with it. And I see you drinking your teas throughout the day. And then eventually you said, you know, it came. I'm like, good, because it wasn't going to. It wasn't about to. We was about to be. I felt it. Like, I felt the implantment. Like, oh, yeah. Ancestors, Birdman. Yeah, it's a new moon, too. Like, oh, solar eclipse season, nigga. The veil is thin, nigga. That's all I kept thinking. Like, them niggas was coming through. They wanted to come through. I'm like, not today, Uncle Leroy, nigga. Maybe next cycle. No, but, you know, like, that type of conversation that we have, I don't get too much detailed or specific, but that seed that I plant, it ain't take you long to process that.
No, because I had to.
I sent you that goddamn picture like some weeks ago that brought it back up to our attention, and it's just like, and it really opened me up. That really, ever since that experience with the herbs and the reality that, oh, birth control, contraception, abortion if need be. What the fuck is sex ed for? What the fuck is the government for? And what the fuck is the church talking about? They just not telling us what herbs we need to be taking to get our, like, we don't need to take birth control. Y'all got daughters. Real talk. You feel me? What if ever since you was a teenage girl, you got your cycle and your mom said, or whoever was your caretaker, they put you on birth control, but what if they gave you a tea instead? A tea to take. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And not only that, the tea is beneficial not just for the birth control aspect.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What if you took it every month during your menstrual cycle ever since you was 12 to 16? If we were taught as women, as providers of women, that this is the tea. This is the real tea, right? You know how they be like, this is the tea. No, this is the real tea. I mean, and I'm sure people teach their daughters this. I'm sure we ain't the inventors of it. But at the same time, a herbal mix around the time that you imagine your cycle to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Something that is a mixture of herbs that will undoubtedly bring blood to your uterus. All of those herbs is designed to create the menstruation. And these are things that you can go to the grocery store and buy.
Yep.
And here we got government officials making hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars talking about Planned Parenthood, and we all just sit here watching it like none of this shit even needs to exist, right?
But it's like they exist because, and you told me this, they considered midwives who did all this and passed out all this information and gave all this information to the women and the young girls. They deemed them as witches.
Witches, right?
So of course the government and the church is all the same. And if you haven't understood that by now, why is people conscious people on their stories talking about they voted? Yep.
So no, people don't fully understand the ramifications of the political governing over your body, which is also governing over your ignorance of said body. If their number one talking point is an abortion, when you could go to the grocery store, go down the seasoning and spice aisles, grab a couple of shits, put them all in a concoction, and saw me run into the corner. It wasn't me. Even though they getting louder, it wasn't me. Like, what pregnancy? But this is how women controlled their bodies and had autonomy over their bodies for millions of years, and the government and the religion have literally took that shit away. And it's like we just some crazy ass niggas sitting in the garage talking about it. And there's like millions of people could go to the grocery store and not even be like, give me that $300 for that abortion, right? $350 for abortion. They got tweezers all up in your shit. Your pussy ain't even gonna be the same after it. All you needed to do was go. Is that not crazy? That you could have just went to the herb store and handled that situation and got your body homeostasis right.
But not even handled it, did something beforehand.
Already had the mental cognition to say, no matter how many times this nigga nutting me, when it comes that time of the month, I'm drinking my tea and I'm having my fucking period. I don't give a fuck what a nigga think he about to do, huh? What? Yeah. Huh? Oh yeah, you coming, daddy? I got whatever, huh? Where's my tea at?
Sip,
Go,
sip,
go, go,
sip.
go, 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 go. Where my baby at? I don't know. Maybe something wrong with me. Something wrong with you. Go, 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 go. Like, you have all the controls of your vessel, sis. Like, every single lock and key. Every key. And if you don't understand your herbs because you a busy bitch...
You gonna be busy.
You gonna be busy chasing them damn kids. It's crazy.
It is. It is. You know, we kind of skipped around a little bit on the topics.
We did. What you want to talk about next?
So let's kind of go back up to the strands.
Oh, cause that's something that pisses you off.
Yeah, it really is. We can come back.
It don't piss me off because I know that that's what people like us for.
Because the different kind of strands.
Yeah, where people just dump mushrooms on their head and don't give them the option to know the difference of what they buying. And being with Arbor Shrooms, I kind of learned that from them as a way to market your business. Because that's, people are brand whores more than they are of understanding the, in reference to microdosing, the strand do not matter. Potency do not matter. Because potency is for when a mushroom have a head and a stem. The stem is more potent than the head. So people will give you a head and keep the stem because there's different potencies. You should capsulate your mushrooms because that gives it a homogeneous blend where there is no such thing as potency. It is just psilocybin, which then gets converted to psilocybin, which gives you the psychedelic treatment, but microdosing is psychedelic levels to where it don't even produce psilocybin, because who wants to trip out when you got kids? We're talking about healing your brain. Over time. What don't you like about people be like, I want this strain, not that strain.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, do you want potent, a less potent strand? Do you want a more potent strand? Or are you not really sure about psilocybin and you just like it because of the name? Or you like it because you're doing a ritual and...
It make you feel funny while you're doing the ritual.
Or whatever. And it's like... Let's really talk about how much psilocybin you know. Like the potency that you've been taking. And second of all, it's like... From what I'm understanding, people are getting mushrooms that are not even dehydrated. And that changes the potency.
Yeah, that changes the potency like 80%. Like, it's like not even worth taking if it's not dehydrated.
So it's like if your mushrooms are not dried, dehydrated completely, then you're not getting I shouldn't say not no psilocybin, but you're getting less psilocybin.
You get less psilocybin, so it has to be dried completely, dehydrated completely, which gives it psilocybin. And the psilocybin gets converted into psilocybin.
Once you ingest it.
And once you ingest it, and it, the chyme and in your stomach acids and things like that. So, yeah. It's a process. It's a chemical reaction that allows you to trip out, which is like an overdose, and it shouldn't be advocated for because it literally would retard your mental health gains if you're trying to trip out. And if you buying 3.5s, taking a 3 whole, even when we would get a whole 3.5 Like when we first got shrooms, we would get the whole 3-5, and we would take like one stem out of it, and take that stem and eat it and be good for the whole day. So, like we did do large trips though.
Like in the beginning, yeah, we did probably maybe two large trips, and it was, I think, like,
Cause we like to fuck. We're married, so we're going to like fuck off like psychedelics and get out of our body and fuck all night and like watch movies and
that's a whole nother lie right there. Second
drink
seven.
and be in ecstasy, like ecstatic, orgasmic bliss. Yes, we're going to do that, but we can't even be like that with our kids. So we be having all of this shit like we can't never indulge. All we can do is microdose, cause kids and microdose like that shit do not mix. That shit do not mix. They gonna blow your fucking high.
Man. And for me personally, like taking more than a gram of psilocybin is uncomfortable.
It make you feel weird.
Yeah, I feel like I get nauseous. And just like, and then if I take more, like 2 grams, I'm getting kind of like the head spins, and I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, when people just, if I need to take a large dose to like,
That seems so weird though. Like it seems so weird to want to do a lot of shrooms. Like I've been there, and I've on the other. Yeah, do it if you feel like you gotta do it. But other than that, like understand that your brain fucked up. First off, if you don't understand that your brain fucked up, then you ain't going like you gonna be acting like your brain ain't fucked up, and that's cool. But once you come to the understanding that your brain is fucked up, what are you going to take that's going to help your brain heal? I was the type of person, she know, I'd be at the health food store buying up shit. Always at the health food store. Because I intuitively knew, like, something is wrong with me. Let me buy shit. Right? Help me do this, and 5-HTP, and nootropic this, and this pill, try this pill. Like,
yep. And I feel like it all started really after John. And I came to you, and I'm like, something's not right. But I feel like in your mind, it was like, it kind of switched, like, something not right with me neither. And that's when you really you started buying the 5-HT, whatever it's called, the chlorophyll. The
ginseng,
the
chlorophyll,
the ginger. And it was like, and since then, and that was 4.5 years ago, and it's like, it's been, because of life, it's been an ever-evolving journey.
Yeah.
And it's like, now it's just straight plant medicine.
Yeah.
It's like, you have your zombie pack.
Yeah, every day.
And it's nothing but shit you can go out or grow that's capsulated. And it's like, if you can't identify, because your vitamin, what you're taking, because a lot of times you'll get it and it'll be all hard and compressed. You don't know really what you're taking. But when you can see what you're taking,
you can taste it.
Man.
Ginger. If you don't know if you taking ginger or not, nigga, you not taking it. What?
Or Kanye.
Kelp. If you don't know you taking kelp, then you is not taking kelp, fam. If it don't smell like ass, then it ain't kelp. You know what I feel me? Like, it's something else. It ain't kelp. Like, you gotta know, like, these types of things. Like, and I tell her, like, I'll drink something bitter because my tongue has bitter receptors.
And mine don't, because that tea, woo, boy, I do. But it's worth it. And
You gotta serve those receptors in your tongue, like,
That's
because
why I take my Freddy Fresh.
I mean, you got it's like people gonna do what they do, but I'm saying do it. You know what I'm saying? If you want a sweet tea, drink a sweet tea. You know what I'm saying? Not like a sweet tea, but add some honey, add something that makes it more pleasing to you. But please ingest plant medicines, because as she said, I was just grasping at straws because
Wasn't nobody taking to therapy at a young age.
nah.
Parents wasn't dealing with.
They was like, get your A's and B's and
clean the house,
clean up, wash the dishes,
Yep.
get good grades, wash the dishes, be a good kid. But if you were struggling mentally, they did the Jordan shrug on your ass. Like, me too, nigga. What you want me to do? I gotta go to work too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
now black people have a solution. I work for this company for 6 months and see how it changed white people's lives, for lack of a better word. And I decided to start White Rabbit Psychedelics to see if I could do the same thing for my community. And I could only be the guinea pig. And I've actually healed. And, you know, I could always reference conversation of mental healings and looking at situations. Last night, I lost my wallet. Remembered where I lost my wallet at. And just went to sleep. And woke up. Got in my car. Drove to where my wallet was at. And picked it up. And went about my day. Now, the beginning part, the unhealed part of me was triggered. But the healed part of me said, you know where your wallet at. Ain't nothing you can do about it right now. Take your ass to sleep. You'll deal with it when you can deal with it. And that's what I did. And it's like, damn. I know my brain and how I go crazy over shit. And I, like, even to that point where I lost my keys yesterday. I lost my wallet yesterday. That was enough for me to say something spiritual is happening. Let me take heed. Don't trip. So, I know if this shit happened 2 years ago, I would have fucking had all types of cortisol raging through my blood.
Do you remember when you first started dating and you had came to the first and only
I
time?
lost my keys over your house. That's why, like, I lost my keys forever. And how do I know that this is spiritual? I lost my phone, and I found my phone today. After you found my phone after
got a new phone and everything.
a month.
Yep.
I lost my phone, my everyday phone. Went to sleep, woke up, gone. So that's my phone disappeared. The keys gone for like 4 hours. I'm just looking for them for hours. Like, this is fucking crazy. But I gotta find the fucking keys. So let me just keep looking. So I'm looking everywhere for the fucking keys. Finally found them, only to lose my wallet 2 hours later. But then find my wallet and then find my phone that I lost a month ago today after the lunar eclipse, in reference to I'm gonna sell that fucking phone for some goddamn money cause that's what it's about at this time. Like, it's all coming to me. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, everything happened for a reason, and your mind gotta be healed to even perceive that shit. Cause if you don't see it, everything that happens might trigger you. Everything that happens outside of my will of existence does trigger the fuck out of me. So I had to learn how to operate out of my comfort zone. I'm afraid to leave the house. Well, I was afraid to leave the house by myself. I felt like something bad was going to happen to me. So I would like, I said this story before, but I'll say it again. Mushrooms work with me. I didn't never work with mushrooms. I'm gonna tell Josh one day, if I ever tell him, like, I owe that nigga a lot. Josh, on Facebook, you know him, you seen him. You probably don't know what I'm talking about. But he the one who hooked me up with Arbor Shrooms. And yeah, so long story short, I was just buying shrooms off this company, and they emailed me. Well, they emailed me one day like, we looking for drivers, and I'm just like, fuck it. Long story short, I started driving for them, and so I didn't even know a business like this would even exist. And at the same time, I'm thinking like, I'll do it because I'll get free mushrooms. That's all I was fucking thinking about. Like, I'll do it because I can just get as much shrooms as I like, and I'll just be as high as ever. But Lord, I didn't even know what was in store for me. The mushrooms knew a long time ago. But yeah, it all makes sense though.
And that's why the strand is not.
The strand is not important. Yeah.
The name of it is not important.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
It's more about the potency.
Your spiritual journey
Yep.
too, and how
your spiritual connection to it. So it's like, if you out here trying to do a ritual with shrooms, go with what your spirit is telling you. Don't do that shit. Don't do that stupid ass shit. People are gonna do it anyways.
Deal with the shrooms because you don't want to deal with the shrooms. Act like you, because I would never get on this goddamn internet and say anything about mushrooms. I would listen to niggas like, them stupid ass niggas talking about mushrooms. You don't need mushrooms. All you niggas need to do is meditate. Fuck mushrooms. Stupid ass niggas and they mushrooms. Shut the fuck up with that mushroom shit, you know? But I wasn't. I need to know.
It has a misconception.
It do, and they'll take you.
Yep.
You ain't gonna take them.
Nope. Nope.
You is not about to take no shrooms. They'll take you wherever the fuck they want to take you. And some people will take shrooms and be like, man, I ain't even feel shit. And I'm like, they don't like your ass. You must have fucking pushed the old lady over yesterday. Cause I take 1 gram and I'll be like, whoa, this is too low. Oh shit. Goddamn. Let's fuck. I'm horny. It's 2:00. The kids is running. Put on a movie or something, bitch. I took a gram. A gram is too much. Like
Half a gram is
I take 1 pill because I can go work out. I can go to the office. I do everything I want to do and not feel like, bend over, bitch. I need some head. I'm about to come home. You said you was going to the office. Yeah, you want dick suck real quick. I done took a gram. Out here horny. Nah. You can't be out here in the world horny because ain't nobody trying to give you no pussy like that either. So you just be walking this bitch just horny. Just living life horny. Fuck that. 1 pill. Because I ain't going to be horny. But I'm going to be with it at the gym. Like I'm going to have top-notch energy at the gym. And my mind is going to be whatever work I have to do. That's my problem. I work so fast that I procrastinate. So I gotta list out things. I gotta work real hard to be productive. And mushrooms really help me. If I take 2, I'll get lazy or sleepy or high. Just like high and loopy.